Imagine me above the trees, a victim of pure imagination. So sweet how I rise above the sky before your eyes. Imagine me above the trees, a victim of pure imagination. So sweet how I rise above the sky before your eyes. I can't
Picture me telling my little bro in his twisting time.
and searching frantic till I find my lighter
Just in time.
to pass it out so he can fire up and super stick it. So we can start the process of getting super lifted. I highly doubt that we can help me eye to eye. Right now, I'm out of reach. Meet me in open skies. Higher than the pants on earth, but that's my favorite line. And OG Cushion hit do all my favorite kind. I got a smoke failing, that's my form of therapy. Stress to kill a motherfucker, I can't let it hurt me. They say we'll make you laugh, the same thing will make you cry, which make it hard to see, and I can't see me saying bye.
What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. NBA Talk with Jay. It's Wednesday, trying to get some cash, man. Hopefully, it's a winning Wednesday here, man. It's all love. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate the ones that support the channel, man. It's all love. Hope you guys like the night show. A lot of great info every single day, man. Every single day, I'll be doing a night show every day. It's just what I do, man. I feel like I gotta bring the info to you guys. Shout out to everybody that wants to learn, that's here, that's watching the show live. It's all love. And once again, I'm not here to waste your fucking time. So plenty of info. A lot of these lines have moved. So let's talk about what's going down, what's going on latest as well. And I gotta just check to see real quick who's all been upgraded and some shit like that. But first game up, let's go over to the streets of Detroit in this one, man. Pistons laying 3.5 points at the house versus the Raptors. I don't have to bet this game. Like, I'd lean towards the Pistons here. I don't want to lay 3.5 with them. And every game, like, I'd like to see the Raptors lose every game. So this is a spot that I'm just gonna sit back and hope that the Pistons can win, and hopefully they can give the Raptors another loss. Obviously, I only need them to, they can win 5 more games this season. That's about it, man. I don't need to even want to see the Raptors get to 6 wins in this one, man. So took their season win total under in season. So hopefully the Raptors can lose this one. Like I said, the Pistons, they are like playing a lot better basketball. They are going for wins. We can't forget that this Steelers, I think both of these teams are tanking, in my opinion. Raptors, they're longest they get a top 6 pick, they get to keep their pick. So anything outside of that, the Raptors will lose their pick. So they have all the motivation in the world to lose these games. But obviously the Pistons, they're tied with the Wizards, both have 11 wins as well. So you never know. This is one of those games that you don't know which one wants to win the game or wants to lose the game. I usually stay off of these games, to be perfectly honest with you. Honestly, like this probably is a lot better games to talk about. These type of games really shouldn't even make the show. But I do think the Pistons, they're nothing like the Wizards, because they at least still go out there and play defense, at least try to win games. They just can't always put things together. This is their 4th straight home game. I'd lean towards Pistons here, but this line obviously has moved from -2 to -3.5. I'm going to sit back, relax. Hopefully the Pistons can win this game and hand the Raptors another loss. Be interested to see if Quickly plays in this one. He didn't end up playing, or RJ Barrett played in the last one and Quickly didn't play. So be interested to see if they have all their guys here. They did play really well versus Denver. I'm hoping that they don't play well in this one, guys. Let's go over to the streets of Orlando in this one. Magic laying 7 points at the house versus the Nets. You got to stop Cam Thomas. That's where this one starts here for the Magic, man. They did lose 2 games earlier this season to the Brooklyn Nets, the first 2 matchups this season. They actually got smacked up as well, both of those matchups. 124-104, then 129-101. They blew the shit out the Magic, both of those meets. But the time in Orlando, the last game, February 27th, the Magic got some revenge. They beat them 108-81. Obviously, the Nets, they're not out of the play-in tournament just yet. Like, I'd like to start fading them when they like are all the way out of the play-in tournament. I believe they're 4 games back from the Atlanta Hawks. They have 3 scoring options. That's about it. Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges, and Dennis Schroeder. Other than that, their offense is absolutely ass. I believe Cam Thomas is still on the minutes limit as well. So he's their main scorer right now. I would double team Cam, I'd triple team his ass and make the rest of the team beat you. Obviously, the Magic, with their size down low, is going to give the Nets a ton of problems there. I'd like to lean towards the Magic, especially to win this game. I'm not going to lay 7 points with them here. I feel like it's a few too many points, and the Magic have somewhat since come down to earth after winning 5 straight games, and those were 5 cupcakes as well. When they go up against a formidable NBA team, they kind of they seem to struggle. They had to hit 100 points in their last couple games, and only score 1-on-1 versus Charlotte as well. So the Magic, they know that they're in the playoffs. Obviously, they're fighting for playoff position as well, but this is a game I'm likely going to stay off, and I see the Magic winning their next 3 games after this as well, man. So I'd like to lean their way. I do feel like 7 is a little too rich here, in my opinion. And being perfectly honest with you, some people I like to fade on the Magic. You see what I'm saying? So just straight up, be keeping it straight up with y'all. But I still lean towards the Magic, but I know for a fact I'm not laying the 7 in this particular game. If the Nets did cover this game, I wouldn't be a bit surprised, to be perfectly honest with you. So lean Magic, but it's not one of my top looks of the day, guys. Let's go over to the streets of Indiana in this one. Pacers laying 4 points at the house versus the Bulls. Pacers coming off a big win. This is a back-to-back road home back-to-back as well. Third game in 4 nights. And I believe I said, and the Pacers, don't look now, but 6 of their last 7 games have went under the total. And I believe I said it last night on the show, or it may have been Bucket's podcast. But I was talking about it, how this total, how the under might be the better look here. The total has been steamed down 4 points. Last night, the total was at 233. It's come down to 229. I agree with the way that it's moving. If the Bulls are going to stay in this game, they have to do it with defense. This is not a top-tier offensive team. The Pacers are, and the only thing that makes me worry about this one, like with the Pacers and their defense takes a lot of energy. So with them being on the back-to-back here, you just wonder if they're going to slow the pace down or if their defense is going to lag. But the Pacers have actually been playing really nice defense of late. Let me just see real quick what they are Let me see. So what they are. So last 10 games, the Pacers are number 8. Last 5 games, the Pacers are the number 8 defensive rated team in the NBA. I know it sounds crazy, Pacers in defense, but that's what they've been doing lately. They're getting ready for the playoffs. They're playing really great basketball. I don't want to bet against the Pacers. It's not the best of spots with the Bulls, obviously coming off of a beat down. I usually like to back teams when they're coming off a game that bad. I'd like to back teams coming off a 35-point loss in a game they were down 40 points. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Bulls did cover this game, to be perfectly honest with you. But I know that the Pacers are the much better team, much more well-rounded offensive team, a better coach team, all that. They play better at the house. They're playing to get out of the play-in tournament, all that. So I can make a case for both sides. And when I can do that, I usually stay off the game. Like I say, if the Pacers were playing anybody else than the Bulls, or if the Bulls were playing anybody else other than the Pacers, I'd like to back them here. When they lost that game versus the Mavs the way that they did, I said the Bulls might be a bet on spot in their next game. They still have the rest advantage here, and they still have a really great defense as well. But I know that if Halliburton, Siakam, these guys get to cooking, they could smack the Bulls up. Like maybe the Bulls just aren't that good, and when they're playing teams in the right position, they can get it done. But they are catching Pacers in somewhat of a good spot, but it's not like it's 5th and 7 or anything. It's just 3rd and 4 back-to-back. These are a ton of young guys over there. So I would probably go with the under, even though the line has went down from 233 to 229. I'd still lean under as far as trying to figure out which side, to be honest with you. I think the Pacers are a bet-on team for me right now. I don't feel comfortable with going against them, guys. And let's go over to the streets of Miami here. This is a game that a lot of people aren't going to feel comfortable with, and I always tell people bet whatever you absolutely love. You see what I'm saying? I like the Heat in this game. I like them early. I like them often. And I'm not an SDQL guy, but I guarantee you that the SDQL would say that backing a team off of back-to-back home games, coming off a game where they laid double digits and lost the game outright, and the next game, I wish my guy Chris or Ronald was in the chat. I almost guarantee you, if a team coming off a double-digit home favorite lose outright, and then the next game they're a dog, I guarantee you that shit hits at more than 60%. I like the Heat in this game. I'm taking the Heat in this game. I'm not gonna say it's not official because I'm betting it, and you can. I mean, if you like to follow me, that's what I'm on. This is my favorite game of the day. I'm to be perfectly honest with you. I don't like to tell people like when I'm betting against certain teams because I know that the Nuggets are a major public team. I know that they've been balling. Some people are not even going to look to fade them, but this is what I do. Sometimes I pick and choose my spots. The Nuggets are a great team, but I know that no team is going to cover every single game. They've won 9 of the last 10 games. They've been absolutely balling, but I still don't like this spot here for the Nuggets. Nuggets only 1 day of rest, going from mountain time zone to eastern time zone as well. Obviously this is finals revenge as well. Obviously the Heat really came really close to beating the Nuggets in the house as well in Denver. Now this time they're at the house. Now they're pissed off, coming off 3 straight losses. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is my top spot of the day. It's just that like I know how people are, and I know how, oh, I'm not fading the Nuggets or something. Like I know how people send negative energy, and I don't really like that. But regards to that, I'm taking the Heat here. I put some on them in the first half, but the main play is full game. I think they win this game outright. I'm taking Heat plus the points and on the money line. I think they win this game outright. This is a huge game for the Heat. They have been bullshitting lately, but I like what I've been seeing from these guys. Terry Rozier starting to play a lot better. I think Jimmy Butler is going to have fire in his eyes tonight. I think Bam Adebayo is going to have fire in his eyes tonight. Nothing's guaranteed, guys. If you like the Nuggets, don't let me talk you off. If you don't want to back the Heat, don't let me. If you don't feel comfortable with backing the Heat, don't take them, guys. I feel comfortable with this spot. I would not regret this play whatsoever, win or lose. I feel like the Heat should have covered in their last game, and I definitely think they cover and win this game out this time around. The Nuggets have the best starting five in the league, guys. They're a baller team. They got Jokic, they got Murray, MPJ, all that good stuff. I don't give a fuck. I think they're losing this game outright, straight up. Give me the Heat plus a 3.5 as my top spot of the day, to be perfectly honest with you. This was a spot that I looked at on Monday, and I knew I was going to be betting this game. Line opened up at 3. The squares hop on the Nuggets, and this one it reached all the way to 5. Now you see sharp money coming back on the Heat, and I agree with it. Me personally, guys, I'm taking the Heat. You see what I'm saying? I'm not telling you guys to take it. I'm definitely not telling you guys this is a lock. You should follow me on it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I do things like this. I go against the world, and that's what I'm doing in this one. I don't have to explain my fucking self. Give me the Heat here, plus a 3.5. I don't give a damn if you don't like it. Let's go over to the streets of New Orleans in this one. Pelicans land 6 points at the house versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I lean towards the Cavs in this spot, man, to be perfectly honest with you. This line opened up at 9, quickly went down to 8, went down to 7.5, and I think this line is going in the right direction. Looks like they might get Donovan Mitchell back. The Cavs have been playing a ton of games in a ton of days. I know that the Pelicans been balling. Guys, I followed the NBA closely. I know what the hell they've been doing, but the Pelicans are still a very inconsistent team. Even though they've been playing so well right now, they're still inconsistent. I love the Pelicans. They make me plenty of money. I don't think they're going to be flying today, guys. They have played 5 of their last 6 games on the road. They're coming back to the house in this one. They got some winnable games coming up after this one as well. But regards to that, I think the Cavs can match up well with the Pelicans. I do think that they can match up well with them. And earlier this year, they got smacked up in Cleveland, 123-104. I think the Cavs bounce back in this spot. I think guys with Jared Allen, if they do get Donovan Mitchell back, with guys like Darius Garland, Isaac Okoro, Levert coming off the bench, they can match up well with the Pelicans here. This line was at 7 last night. There's not many people that's on the Cavs today, and this line just keeps dropping heavily and heavily. Would have been really nice to get that +8 or that +9 on the opener, but I still feel like the Cavs might shock the world, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they came out here and shocked everybody and won this game outright, guys. I'm just telling you what's in my head, just telling you my capping process. I know that the Pelicans have been balling. I know that people are going to take them every single game. This is not a spot that I like the Pelicans in, guys, being perfectly honest with you here. Games like the versus 76ers when they're up 30-something points, and then before you know it, it's a 6-point game. That's what you get from the Pelicans sometimes, guys. So I feel like Mitchell probably comes back here, and I think the Cavs are going to be competitive in this game. It's not something that I feel super comfortable on to bet, but I feel like the Cavs are the right side in this game, guys. Another spot. It's crazy because my daughter has this little dog that she's going around with, man. And like I ask her for it sometimes, and she don't want to give it to me. She loves the hell out of this dog, and the dog, for whatever reason, I don't know, it has really, I don't know, man, it's just good vibes. Whenever she gives me the dogs be barking, man. I think the dog's gonna bark in this game as well. This is a huge game for the Golden State Warriors. I gotta tell her, give me the fucking dog, give me the dog. But the Warriors getting 7. You people might not understand it, but I don't know why. But my daughter is like she's a funny little girl, man. But her energy, her vibrations, her frequencies are absolutely crazy, man. But Mavs land 7 here. They already beat the war. I should bring her on the show. That's what I should do. I should bring her on the show and show you this. I should bring her on. I don't even know if I have time for this. I'm finna see. Hold on, maybe if she's not asleep. Just really quick, guys. Let me see. Let's see if she comes down here. Um, Warriors getting 7 at the on the road versus the Mavs. Huge game for the Warriors. Now I know that they're really starting to lose momentum. I know that Steph Curry is out. You see what I'm saying? But I really feel like this is a put up or shut up type of spot for the Warriors here. The Mavs are ahead of them in the standings. The Warriors sit at number 10. Now they're pretty comfortable at number 10. The Rockets aren't going to keep them, going to catch them, but obviously they have all the motivation in the world to try to get out of the play-in tournament. I'm not saying it's going to happen. This is a game that's going to tell me a lot about the Warriors here, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. I sprinkled some on Warriors here plus the 7. It was at 7.5 last night, and I like the way that the spread is going. I wouldn't be surprised if it closed at 6.5. I just think that the Warriors are a much more strong-minded team than the Mavs. Luka's been absolutely balling, guys. They got Kyrie. You see what I'm saying? They got Lively. They got Gafford absolutely balling. I feel like this is a spot where the Warriors are going to come out here and play some championship style type of defense. Mavs coming off some easy games as well. They played the they bounced back, took that game versus the Heat, which they struggled all game, and then some late free throws they covered. Then they beat up on Detroit, they beat up on Chicago as well. Well, they're going up against a team that's not going to be fucking around in this one. I know the Warriors have been playing around. They lost to the Bulls, they lost to the Spurs. They can't be doing it, but people are starting to count them out. And when you start to count out the heart of a champion, that's when they come to ball. I think the Warriors plus the 7. I think they might shock the world and win this game outright. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Come here. This is my baby right here. This is my baby. This is her doggy right here. And these dogs finna cash today, my guys. I'm telling you. Tell them, baby. Tell them. What are you gonna say to him, baby? What happened? Doggy, can daddy see your dog? Can daddy see doggy? Can daddy see? She's like, no, this is my doggy. I think the Warriors plus the 7 on the right side here, man. I know the Mavs can ball, but I don't know about them laying 7 in this particular spot. I think taking the points with the better defensive team is the right side in this game, guys. It's another unconventional spot. That's not the best of spots, guys. Like, if you're just looking at this game, you're going to say, no way in hell the Warriors going to cover. Guess what? Sometimes in the NBA, the teams that you're like, there's no way they're going to cover, they'll shock you and win the game outright, guys. So I think Warriors plus the 7 is worth the play, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm betting Warriors plus the 7 here. I'm not telling you to do it. I know that it's a funky play, but I do think they bring the defense. Now, the Warriors are a smaller team as well. So it's Lively, Gafford, they could get the balling on them. But I do think taking the Warriors plus the 7 here is the right side, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Let's go over to the streets of Portland here. I don't have much on this game, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to back the Hawks. They're without Jalen Johnson. They're without Sadiq Bey as well, and still without Trae Young, and still without Onyeka Okongwu as well. Some really important players, guys, for the Hawks. Now, the Blazers, they're not necessarily trying to win games as well. So that's why it's such a hard game for me to figure out. The Hawks were at -2 last night. It's moving up to 3.5. So maybe some sharp money's coming in on them. We know. And now, if there was one team, the Hawks obviously have more incentive to win, even though like the Hawks have more incentive to win, Blazers have more incentive to lose. But the Hawks are so banged up right now, and they got really important players missing, if that makes sense. If the Blazers were to shock them, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. It's just a clear stay off game for me, man. If I had to bet it, I'd take the Hawks here, probably like on a money line or something. But it's just a game that I don't feel super confident on any side, guys. And I never really like try to come on here and tell you some shit that I'm not confident in. You see what I'm saying? So if the Blazers did get it done, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, to be perfectly honest with you, man. Last game up, let's go over to the streets of LA in this one. The game is in Sacramento, but we're going to the streets of LA. Now, I like the Lakers, and I bet the Lakers last night. I'll tell you straight up, I don't like that everyone's on the Lakers. And that's the only problem with like it's not just me, because like regardless if I put it on a show or put it on the action workout, that doesn't mean that everybody's going to take it. But I see a lot of people taking the Lakers today, and the spot still favors the Lakers here. So let me explain it. It's still a triple revenge spot for the Lakers. They've lost all 3 matchups versus the Kings. It's still a spot that I feel comfortable with. I already bet it. I'm not going to bet out of it, but I'll be honest, like 94% of the money, like at multiple places, more than 90% of money is on the Lakers. What did I say last night? The Lakers, when all the money is on them, they hadn't been getting these jobs done this year. When the money's against them, everybody's betting against them. That's when they take everybody's money, man. So it's just noticing the patterns. I'm still on them here. I'm starting to get a little worried because everybody's on the Lakers here, to be perfectly honest with you. It's a little bit scary, man. It's a little bit scary, but it is still a game that they really need. It is damn near a must-win spot for the Lakers. They could possibly, they're 2 games back of the Kings in the playoff seeding, and this would jump them a whole game because it gives the Kings a loss and it gives the Lakers a win if they win this game. They were just up 17 in the first quarter at the house versus the Sacramento Kings, end up losing that game by 10. They've lost all 3 matchups this year. The Kings are coming off of a huge game last night where they put everything into that game to beat the Milwaukee Bucks. The Kings are a lot better at the house. The home crowd goes crazy. It's a packed house every single time, but the Kings are still 3-7 against the spread with no rest. So they're 3-7 against the spread on back-to-backs. The spot still favors the Lakers, guys, but I really don't like that everybody is all on them, guys. What some I've noticed with the Lakers this year, when the money is on them, they don't usually cover, guys. So I still bet it. It's not going to be, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not my top spot of the day. I still like it, but 3 plays for me today, my guys. 3 plays for me, and 2 of them people aren't going to really like, and those are the 2 that I actually have a ton of confidence in, with you, to be perfectly honest with you, man. So I just wanted to say, everybody that comes and watch the show, everybody that watch not even that you watch the show live, even if you're coming back watching the show and you want to learn, I appreciate you guys for tuning into the show. A lot of people just go straight to the end of the show and say look for the picks. You're not going to learn anything like that, guys. So I know that the way that the new generation works, everything wants to be handed out. Everything wants to take the easy route out. Taking the shortcuts will not really get you anything. Guess what? When I don't do shows on weekends, people that really listen to the show and really want to learn how to cap NBA basketball, they already know how I look at the game. Some people come in the chat and already guess what I'm betting on the game, and they already know because they know how I think. I've taught them so much over the years. People that just come and just see the picks, you're not going to understand my mindset. You're not going to understand why I'm picking what I'm picking, guys. So I will go over the plays, but I just want to let people know that if you want to learn something for the long run, I'm teaching you people how to fish. Win or lose, I'm not like, if you're just coming towards the end of the show, that means you just want to fish. The people that are watching the whole show, that means that you're being taught how to fish. That means you can do this on your own, and that's what you want here. You don't want to be dependent on somebody else, because if they're not there, then you're SOL, shit out of luck. You see what I'm saying? So 3 plays for me. If I did break them all down and tell you why I'm taking them, some ugly plays, but I'm living and die with my shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm taking the Lakers on the money line. It's up to 2.5 now. Money line, I believe, up to -140. I'm still on the Lakers. I'm on the Heat plus a 3.5 as well. Line was at 4.5 last night, reached up to 5, back down to 3.5. I think that's very indicative that the Heat might win this game outright. I'm sprinkling on the fucking money line. I don't give a damn if you don't like it. And then Warriors plus a 7 as well. Another ugly play, but this is a put up or shut up type of game for the Warriors. If they lose this one, then I will have to start betting these guys to miss the playoffs, guys. So huge game for each one of these teams. Huge implications. I won't regret it. If you think you might regret it, don't bet it, guys. I know that a lot of people want to just follow what I'm betting, but in all honesty, if you don't like the player, if you don't truly feel comfortable within your soul, because remember, it is your money that you're betting with. You can't come back and blame me for anything. It's your money that you're betting with. So if you don't feel super comfortable with betting it, bet whatever you absolutely love, guys. It's up to you to press that button. It's all love. I try to teach you guys. I try to give you guys advice, let you know what I'm thinking, push you in the right direction. It's all love. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you like the show, if you like the info, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends and family about the channel as well, man. Check out the night shows. It's all love. If you can, let's try and get 1,000 likes on today's show. It's all positive vibes, my guys. I don't want to hear any negativity with any player. If you don't like it, I don't care to hear about it. You can go bet against the side. You see what I'm saying? And that's all honesty right there. You don't have anything to prove to me. The only thing you got to prove is to your bookie, whoever you're betting with. It's Us Against the Bookies. Let's get this cash. We know this in the patterns. Staying calculated. Trusting our instincts, and we're not having any regrets. If you feel like you might regret it, don't bet it. It's all love. NBA Talk with Jay. Let's get this motherfucking cash, baby. We will win. Let's go, baby. We out.